Hi, we're back. I'm Tina Trenner. This is Zach Hames. And Zach, can you behave during the break? You have no idea. Could you please just behave?
Life's more interesting when you're around colorful individuals.
This is true. Right. Anyway, the one thing I want you to do for everyone that's just sitting there right now, I want you to imitate that dog that makes that noise.
The maple kind, yeah?
Yeah.
The yeah dog?
How did you get his voice down so perfect?
I was watching it on Good Morning America when it first came out, and I was dying. It was the funniest thing.
Hysterical.
I was sitting there watching, and I started talking like it. So it was around Easter time, so all of us were at the Easter dinner table talking to my grandma like that, and I thought she was going to beat us with a fork.
Yeah? How do you say it?
The maple kind, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that dog's little mouth. I love it. I love it. Anyway, it's funny. Okay, so we talked about Joe Arpaio.
Yep.
And we talked about the Fall Festival. And we're going to talk about a little bit about what's going on our roads around here. You know, things are getting a little scary. I don't know if we're getting so much traffic, so many extra people, or what's happening, but we had a young man get killed.
He was, from my understanding of what happened, is he was leaving his friend's house, and he was riding his motorcycle. He didn't have a helmet on, unfortunately, but he was going down one of the roads out on the end of Homestead.
Thousand Air,
and it was dark outside. And when it's dark out there, because I live at that part of town, it's dark.
It's very dark.
And a car didn't see him and clipped him and killed him, which is a tragedy. Just last time we had one of our shows, we had the sheriff on, and she had to leave because one of her deputies, somebody pulled right out in front of him, not paying attention, and he plowed right into the side of him.
They ran a stop sign and T-boned.
Yep, and there was nowhere he could go. It was on one of those narrow roads, and it was hit the car or hit the car.
It was Thousand Air.
Yeah.
Both the same place. So I don't know. I mean, that doesn't seem like that heavily traveled road. But there you go.
I think with all the road construction that's going on, people are going down Thousand Air
trying to get around
Hafen Ranch to try and get around it. So there's more traffic going on now. So I'm trying to encourage people to be more careful because I travel that road 4 or 5 times a day. I'm at Deborah Strickland's house. I'm running errands. We have a house down Homestead that we're remodeling right now. So we have a ton of stuff going on. So I see it, and you have to wait, and people fly around you in the dirt, not paying attention, and it's just dangerous.
Well, you know, another thing that was really interesting, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, but at one of the county commission meetings, Butch Boraski brought up the fact that when they're putting down this road, they have the dirt, and they put something on the dirt, and I don't know if it's to keep it from being dusty or what, but he said the stuff is really toxic. So when you see this stuff puffing up and you're breathing it, it's really bad for you. What the heck is that? It was called 10 something or rather.
I can't remember what it is, but one of our, Deborah Strickland, our incoming county commissioner, she's right there where the construction is. So what she's doing is anytime that dust starts to come up, they're supposed to keep it wet. They're supposed to keep a water truck running on both sides to keep it down. So she keeps calling the company that's doing it and saying, hey, it needs to be watered. So they just need to keep on top of it. And
if you can avoid going down Homestead right now,
I would absolutely avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, it's really too bad for Lakeside because we were in there yesterday having lunch, and there was hardly anybody in there because you can barely drive to get into the casino.
I think that's why they're remodeling their front porch at the same time. So it's
getting it out of the way.
They're getting it out of the way. They're doing their remodel.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Also, the next thing that's coming up is going over the hill into Vegas over 160. Is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they're going to start blasting. So for 2 or 3 hours at a time, they're going to shut down the entire mountain.
Yeah, and you won't be able to get over. Yeah, you won't be able to get to Vegas for like 2 hours at a time, and that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's from 12:30 to 2:30.
Yes.
So if you're planning to go to Vegas, go the other way.
Or wait till after 3 o'clock, or do it early in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. They're widening that. I wonder what that's like to live up there with that going on.
It's got to be scary because all I hear is that they're blasting, and I'm like, well, what about these poor people that live on top of the hill? They're blasting, and
there's hills around it, so it makes it even louder. Wow. And we're going to have 4 lanes coming over, and of course, some people think that's progress, and some people don't. But I'm wondering, why are we getting so many lanes? Are we going to be getting a lot more people moving out here? I don't know.
I like it because when you're going up the hill coming back to Pahrump, it seems like every single time that I'm coming home, I get stuck behind a big rig or a motorhome.
Always.
or somebody that's going 5 miles an hour. So I like it,
Yeah,
but maybe that's just me because I like to go 65 over the hill. That might be it, or it could be a safety issue. Like when a car accident happens, I was unfortunate enough to be stuck behind a car accident, and when a car accident happens, it's done until they clear it, and helicopters have to land and all that stuff. So, and you can't go. It's only 2 lanes in part of it, so you have to stop.
I'm seeing a lot of construction, and house-wise, more houses coming in, which means more people coming in, which means more water being used, which means Dennis is fighting for our water, but goodness knows what's going to happen with it.
Well, there's another thing that I was just hearing about in Trout Canyon.
Yes.
That's in our area too, and
no, this is right up the road.
I know, and these poor people, they're having to truck their water in.
Well, what happened was, I happen to know a little bit of the history of this, and I could get it a little bit wrong, but I sort of know some of it. Way back in the day, the Bowmans were ranching up there, and they put in pipe, but they laid it on top of the ground. You know, they didn't matter, but it was big pipe, and it brought the water down, and I believe that's how those folks got their water too, but it brought it down for the cattle and whatever. Anyway, if you've been here for a while, I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago, we had a tremendous fire up on the hill, and it melted or burned or something, that pipe. I think it was plastic pipe, and it burned it, and ever since then they've been trucking water up there.
Well, so and then I guess that big flood that came down here that like shut down all of Nye County washed more of it away.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah,
so that's another thing that we're having to deal with. But that's water out in the desert is life to us, and that's got to be the hardest thing to deal with because there's 70 or 80 people that live up there, isn't there?
I don't know. I've never been. I have been going to go up there forever, and I've never gone.
We drove up there, and it's gorgeous.
You went up there?
It's beautiful.
I've been here all these years, and I haven't been there.
I've been here for 2, and it's gorgeous.
Oh, you should have taken me with you. I would have loved to have seen it. It really is like a little mountain village.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's really cute.
It reminds me a lot of Virginia City.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
Like, without the shops and everything, but just like the way the people live up there, it reminds me a lot of Virginia City life.
How many miles off the road is it?
I couldn't tell you because I didn't drive.
Oh, you could guess. Is it 5 miles, 6 miles, 10 miles?
10 miles.
Okay, all right. So when my truck gets fixed, my truck died, but my truck is getting life put back into it. We'll go up there in my truck.
Sounds good to me. I'm always game to go up there.
The Hummer
it's
would
gorgeous.
make it, of course.
The Hummer would make it, but I like to keep my war machine beautiful.
The Hummer. Have you seen the Hummer around town? We fight over who gets to drive it. I'm driving it.
I'm riding a horse, so that's all right.
You're right next to me. I'll beep the horn. Anyway, okay, so what else do we have to talk about? Because we've still got time, and we still need to talk about Dennis.
What I want to encourage people to do is to get out and vote. Remember, early voting starts.
Oh, it's coming. I hate early voting. I hate it.
We're trying to encourage as many people as we possibly can. The NCRCC, if people are having a hard time getting down there, we have some older folks that live out here in Pahrump that don't drive, that can't walk. So it's very difficult for them to get to the polls,
but they need to vote.
Need to get out and vote.
Absolutely.
So the NCRCC has volunteers that'll come and pick you up and get you to the polls.
Legally.
Legally. There's other ways to do it. I mean, you have taken people to the polls. We had a couple other people that were friends of ours that took people to the polls during the primary. So
I didn't take anyone to the polls during the primary. Oh, heck no. That would have been illegal.
I don't remember who it was. Somebody
did that illegally, but not me.
Somebody got a ride. I don't remember. We had to facilitate it. It was during early voting. We were all sitting out there. It was blistering hot.
Oh, that was really tested by fire, wasn't it? It was tested by fire.
But you know what? We're doing it for the right reason, for sure. So, but no, the NCRCC. I don't know if the Democrat Party has it, but I know the Senior Center has their bus that they have offered to get people to and from early voting. Election day is a little hectic to get a bus full of people in and out, but we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to November 6th.
I think Inspirations brings people too. They've got a bus that they bring people in.
So if they can get to Inspirations or the Senior Center or I think the senior center does outreach of some sort. I can't remember exactly how that works. Unfortunately, I'm not in charge of that organization. But they do something to get people to polling places.
I have to ask Annie. Okay, so one of the things that I want to tell you about this show is if you have a business here in town or in Nye County, Dennis is a businessman and he promotes business. That's what he does. So he is making time available to you as a business owner to come in and be a part of this show. So if you want to come in, you got to give us a call and tell us, but we would be more than happy to have you come on and talk about what it is that you do, how long you've been here, why you went into business in the first place. We promote entrepreneurs. It's what Dennis believes in. It's what I believe in. You believe in.
Absolutely.
It's what makes America, America. So anyone in Nye County, if you have a business, please call us. What's the phone number?
Dennis's phone number is 775-720-9090, or you can call my phone, which is 775-684-9590, or...
No, they don't need to call me. No, let's give the email address.
You can email us at askdennis@dennishoff.com. You can visit our website, or you can email me, which is Zach, Z-A-C-K, @dennishoff.com.
I take it back. You can call me, 702-525-5719. How's that?
Perfect.
There. Okay.
Everybody call her.
No, call him. No, we want guests, though. I mean, we're really sincere about this. This show's going, we're really doing well with the show. People are liking it. I'm hearing that people are watching it. So definitely, if you have a business, it's free. You can't beat that.
No, you can't.
No.
I like free.
Yep, and Dennis says if you have something that's on your mind, something you want to talk about, call him. Dennis is really the man of the people, and I mentioned that early on in the show. He's a man of courage, he is a man of conviction, and he really does care about what happens to the community.
Absolutely, and we want to know what people's concerns are here in the Valley, so anything that you guys have, visit our website, email us, call us, however you want to get a hold of us. You see us at the grocery store, stop us and talk to us. And
if you don't tell him, it's on you. You've got that opportunity, so do it, because if you're complaining government doesn't work, you get to talk to the right guy. We're going to say goodbye till next week. My goodness, we had fun. Time flies. We'll see you next week.